Let's be real, your 20s are the most important decade for your financial future. Seriously, the habits you're building right now, today, they're going to compound for the rest of your life, for better or for worse. So, we're going to break down the 5 critical money mistakes you absolutely have to avoid, because getting this stuff right is the difference between just getting by and actually building a life of freedom. And that right there is the heart of it all. This decade isn't just about turning a certain age, it's your financial launch pad. Every decision you make is setting a trajectory. The question is, are you pointing yourself toward wealth or are you accidentally holding yourself back? So let's make this personal. As we go through these common pitfalls, I really want you to think about your own habits. A tiny course correction today can literally save you from missing out on millions down the road. So you ready? Let's find out if you're on the right track. All right, first up, we have a trap that is so sneaky. You know the feeling, that first real paycheck hits your account, and instantly the urge to upgrade everything is overwhelming. A better car, fancy dinners, the newest phone. This, my friends, is lifestyle creep. It feels like you're just rewarding your hard work, but really it's a silent wealth killer. So picture this. You get a raise or land a better paying job. Amazing. But what happens next? If your spending immediately puffs up to match that new income, you're basically running on a financial treadmill. You're working harder, you're earning more, but your actual net worth, it isn't going anywhere. And this slide highlights a massive mindset shift. See, looking rich is all about consumption. It's the flashy car, the expensive meals. But being wealthy, that's about ownership. It's about investments, emergency funds, and assets that actually go to work for you. One of these drains your wallet, and the other builds it for a lifetime. That brings us perfectly to mistake number 2. And honestly, this might be the costliest one of all. It's the simple act of ignoring the incredible, almost magical power of compounding. Usually because you're telling yourself, oh, I'll start investing later. You have got to let this one sink in. You can always find ways to earn more money, right? But you can never, ever get back more time. And when it comes to investing, time is the rocket fuel. It's the secret ingredient that turns little bits of money into serious wealth over the long haul. And if you need proof, just look at this chart. The difference that just one decade makes it's staggering. That first bar isn't just a little bigger, it's on a whole different level. Waiting until your 30s to invest the exact same amount of money means you're just leaving a fortune on the table. This right here, this is the million-dollar mistake in visual form. So the big takeaway is simple. Stop waiting. Don't get paralyzed thinking you need thousands of dollars to even begin. Just start with what you have right now. Small, consistent investments over a long time will always beat waiting to invest a big chunk of money later. Okay, on to mistake number 3. This one is all about building your financial defense, your armor. It's about creating a firewall for when life, inevitably does what life does and throws a wrench in your plans. We're talking about the huge mistake of not having an emergency fund. And look, these aren't some far-fetched what-if scenarios. These are certainties. Your car will break down. Your phone will crack. Something unexpected and expensive is going to happen. And without that safety net, these little crises force you onto credit cards. And that's how the debt spiral begins, completely derailing your big goals. So what's the target? The rule of thumb is to save up 3 to 6 months' worth of your essential living expenses. And this money needs to be in a separate, easy-to-access account. This isn't your investment money. This is your, oh crap, life happened money. Beyond all the numbers and the strategy, this is the real payoff. Knowing you can handle a surprise car repair or even a job loss without panicking or racking up debt, that kind of security, that peace of mind, you can't put a price tag on it. And speaking of security, that leads us right into mistake number 4. This one is fueled by that feeling of being invincible that we all kind of have in our 20s. It's neglecting to get proper insurance. Now, this is a harsh truth, but it's one we have to face. All the saving, all the investing, all that hard work can be completely wiped out in a split second by one uninsured accident or illness. Getting covered, especially for your health, is absolutely non-negotiable if you want to protect your financial future. You have to reframe how you think about this. Stop seeing insurance as just another bill to pay. It's not an expense. It's a shield that protects everything you are working so hard to build. It's a direct investment in your own security. All right, we've arrived at the final mistake, number 5. And this one is like financial quicksand. So many people get stuck in it. We're talking about carrying high-interest debt.
most often from credit cards. They can be a great tool, but man, they can turn into a trap so easily.
And here's the brutal math. When you're just making those minimum payments on a credit card with, say, 20% interest, look at where your money is going. Almost all of it is just beating the interest. You're barely making a dent in what you actually owe. You are literally paying for the privilege of staying in debt. I love this metaphor because it's so accurate. Trying to build wealth while you're carrying high-interest debt is just a losing battle. You're trying so hard to run forward, but this debt is constantly dragging you backward. If you're still paying interest on a pizza you ate 3 months ago, you're losing the game. Okay, so we've walked through the 5 major traps, but knowing where the traps are is only half the battle, right? The other half is knowing the clear path forward. So let's wrap this up with a solid action plan. Here it is, your 5-point checklist. It really boils down to this. Be intentional with your money. Use your time as your superpower. Protect yourself from life's curveballs and attack any debt that's holding you back. And this is why we're talking about all of this. This isn't about just hoarding a pile of cash. It's about building a life where you have choices. The freedom to take a risk on a new career, to travel, to handle any emergency without stress, to simply live on your own terms. That is the real prize. So now, the most important part is to actually do something. Don't get overwhelmed and try to fix everything all at once. Just pick one. Which one of these are you going to focus on this month? Make that your mission. Start right now and go build that future.